Hi everyone, I hope you're all out there having fun making lots of art. If you're not sure what to do to have some fun, would you like to come along and have a look at my video and see what I did to just make some art for some fun? So here's a little idea of something to do if you just want to try something for fun, and it's a variation of neurographic art. All you have to do to start with is draw a curvy wiggly line in pencil on your page, and then add some circles with a compass. I've got this really nifty, I don't know what you'd call it, like a rotating, I guess all compasses are rotating. Let's just call it a spinning compass tool. Then I added a few more lines over the top of my circles, but just be careful here not to make your spaces too small. Then you're just going to use a black paint pen like I've got here, or you can use a black felt tip marker, and you just follow around those lines, and you actually turn those lines, instead of a line, they become a shape. So this is what mine looked like when I'd finished, and you can see there's some areas that I've kind of gone over. I didn't like the shape of the line, so I just adjusted it, and that'll be fine because we're going to paint those areas in a solid black later on. Then you just rub out all the lines that you created in the first place, and you're left with lines that are, you could call them really thick lines, or you could call them shapes. Then you just use your watercolours and you fill in those, well, you can call them thick lines or you can call them shapes. And I just use like a spectrum of colours, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. One thing that I did find a little bit challenging is because the line goes in so many directions, you kind of have to keep the ends of your watercolour quite wet, otherwise you're going to end up with a hard line, as you can see in some of my shapes. There's a bit of a hard line where I stopped and then it dried. This particular paper the watercolour seems to dry on there very, very fast. So here it is all finished, and I just use a heat gun to dry off the last little bit of the wet paint. Because this is my art journal, I wanted it to have a text element, and I thought I'd just put in the title of exactly what this page is all about. It's just art for fun. So I just wrote that in block letters in pencil, and then made those lines a little bit thicker with a black felt tip pen. It's always a good idea with this activity to start on the left if you're right-handed, or on the right if you're left-handed, because when you're painting in the areas in black, you don't want to lean in your wet paint. And as you can see, I just used a spare bit of paper here to lean on. The paint underneath is completely dry, but sometimes the moisture from your skin can lift the paint, so I was just leaning on a scrap piece of paper, and I'm just using some black gesso to fill in all those black shapes. I used a flat brush for most of this in different sizes, so I had a medium, a small and quite a large brush to just fill in those shapes. Then I left some of the really small or skinny shapes, and I just filled those in with a black Sharpie, and just went around and tidied up all the spots where it was a little bit patchy or where I hadn't had quite a straight line. And here's the finished page. I really love the bright rainbow colours of this, and this was just so fun and relaxing to do. Please feel free to make your own, and if you do, drop me a comment or a link so that I can see your work as well. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi everyone, I hope you're all out there enjoying making some art,